Jennifer writes, I've been doing sprint distances for 2 years, and I'm considering doing my first half next year. Please provide some guidance and share some differences in training volume. Any other tips you have going from the sprint distance to a half iron distance?
Well, congratulations, Jennifer. I think, starting with some sprints and not, starting with the half as your first race is a good thing that you've been doing. Just getting experience, maybe this year as you're prepping for the half, you can do an Olympic distance or two to kind of get that middle distance going. I think when it comes to training volume, based on sprint, Olympic, half and full, it's what you do on your weekends, whether your weekend is a Saturday, Sunday, or a Monday, Tuesday, whatever your days off are is when you tend to do your longer volume of training. And I think that's the main difference between training plans is what distance you're training. An Ironman, you could be putting up to, 6 to 10 hours on the weekend, whereas a half Ironman, you're putting in, maybe 5 to 8 hours on the weekend, and an Olympic distance, you're putting in maybe 3 to 6 hours, depending on, who you are and what your experience is. And so, the Monday through Friday stuff doesn't really change all that much. I think anyone can do an Ironman in a 10 to 12 hour training volume week. Some people do more, some people do a little less, but I think it can be done in 10 to 12 hours. If you have more time and you need it, then take it. And then, just depending on your experience and your fitness, that'll determine the intensity level that you put in, Monday through Sunday, depending on the volume of training you're doing. But, I think if you're going to jump to that distance, Dave and I talked about it on the podcast last week, consider some coaching to help guide and educate you and motivate you when it gets tough, because it's definitely tougher to fit in those longer runs and longer rides especially if you have a lot of other commitments in your life going on.